And this is why I won't upgrade my computers past Windows 7, no matter how hard they try to get me to do it. So let's see. This guy finds a... All right, BitLocker is a way to encrypt your hard drive so people can't get to your stuff to protect you. And GitHub used to be a place people put their software, open source software, and you could go get it and build stuff, do stuff, whatever. Modify it. And a few years back, Microsoft decided to buy GitHub. We were like, why in the world is Microsoft being allowed to buy GitHub? It was all open source stuff. They're not open source. And this would kind of explain why they needed to have control of GitHub. Okay, so this guy finds an exploit in Windows that allows him to break into your, encrypted hard drive. Okay? So they ban the guy from GitHub and get rid of his account. Why would they do that? I know exactly why. I know how. So anyhow, this guy found a vulnerability, and basically what he does is they take a USB device, they don't see what the device is, and plug it into the computer, and boom, they're in your encrypted hard drive that you thought was protected. But guess what? It only works on Windows 11. Prior to that, you were safe. So why does it fail on Windows 11 that they're trying to push everybody into? Well, there's a concerted effort by both Intel and Microsoft to force you to upgrade to these newer computers and operating systems. Basically because the chips have been backdoored by the CIA, and this is a fact. It ain't a conspiracy. We already know Intel chips were backdoored. People found the back door. And Microsoft is backdooring the software. Why? Well, to allow somebody in a shadow government to get access to your stuff, okay, that you thought was protected. Now, this goes all the way back to the 1980s when the FBI was petitioning the Congress to change the rules because they couldn't get into private branch exchange phone systems that used digital connections, like ISDN connections. Even if they had a warrant, there was no way for them to get in there and listen to the phone calls, okay? And Congress wouldn't give them the permission. What they wanted was they wanted to force Nortel and other manufacturers to provide the federal government basically an API into every private branch exchange phone system in every corporation in the United States, so they could listen in any time they wanted to without anybody knowing. Of course, they would have a court order, and they wouldn't use the Patriot Act. So, since they can't get Congress to change the laws for them, they've gone directly to the commercial providers of the equipment and forced them to put these back doors in the chips and the operating system. That's why this guy's been banned, which was a stupid move because it really outed it, because the key here wasn't he can break into BitLocker. He can break into BitLocker only on Windows 11, which means there's a back door in 11 that didn't exist in 10, and Microsoft put it there on purpose, and now they're pretty much admitting to it by trying to eliminate this guy and his information because they didn't want anybody to know that Windows 11 has been backdoored for the federal government. So anyhow, this goes on and on, a whole bunch of technical detail, but basically that's what this is all about. I don't know why anybody would use GitHub at this point. I mean, once Microsoft bought it, you knew there was something bad coming down the road, okay? And they needed to be able to control stuff. They needed to be able to look at things that people authored and go, hey, that violates our copyright, software copyrights. We'll eliminate that. That'll be gone. They don't have to go to court or anything. They just bought the website, and they'll determine what gets published and what doesn't. So, anyhow, this just goes on and on, but this is why I won't upgrade past Windows 7, because the fix is in. As far as your security goes, they can get in. If they decide that you need to be charged for something, they can put stuff on your computer. They've got the back door through the Intel chip. They've got the back door through the operating system. They can set up anybody they want. And now that AI is getting involved and knows all this stuff, it can do it for them without them knowing it, for its own reasons. Oh yeah, this is great.